America's backbone was built on blue-collar business grit, grind, and muscle. This is where you stop working for the business, and the business starts working for you.
All right, let's do some Q&A.
All right.
We've got post here on Blue Collar Millionaire Facebook group that says, it's a pending post. I'm 19 years old. I do maintenance work at a well-known plant. I make pretty good money for my age, 25 plus an hour. He doesn't know if he knows anybody else inside the group, so he didn't want to disclose the true amount. But I still want to make more money. I like the hunger. I don't have a savings or much money to start a side business or anything of a sort, but looking for something I can do to make extra money on a day-to-day basis when I have the time. Open to all advice, mentoring, and ideas. Okay, so first of all, he's 19 years old. He's making over $25 an hour, but he doesn't have any money. What's your thoughts, Kevin?
And he's maintenance?
He's he does maintenance at a plant, so he's used to commercial industrial maintenance.
Well, he can't get into getting clients as industrial right now because he doesn't have the insurance and he's 19, he has experience. So I would assume his skill set translates into handyman stuff.
Agreed.
I have talked about this before. I think there is a big demand for handymen for $1 million and up houses for 55 and over, which is really 65 and over because people don't move into 55 and over. My mother lives in 184. It was a complete pain in the ass for me to get her to get stuff. She's like, wants to do it herself. And every time me and my brother are there, she's got a laundry list of shit for us to do.
Yeah.
I just want to get it done for her. And it was very hard. I could not believe in a HOA of 485 homes, there's not like a go-to 1, 2, 3. There's not. So if I was a guy like that, young guy, I would absolutely solicit those older communities. I would get in their newspapers. I would probably build a quick landing page website that has the name of their HOA, Handyman Services, Four Seasons Handyman Services. I'd make it super easy to schedule, pay with credit card, and I would go after $1 million homes. I would do that on the side. I would knock on doors. I would present myself really enough. Hey, if you need with light bulbs, anything, any handyman stuff, I would do the social media thing, all the free tax that we talked about. I think he could probably surpass, if he's doing $25, he's doing $1,000 a week in income. I think that if he got this up and running in 5-6 months, he'd probably be making more on the side.
Yeah, that's 200 in profit a day, 5 days a week.
Not hard.
So I got a couple of thoughts there. First of all is don't go to your lower end neighborhoods on the retirement. Make sure you get high net worth individuals, high earners. So get more of your white collar neighborhoods where they've retired from a profession, lawyer, doctor, something like that, because they retire as well, even though a lot of them have their own clinics, their own practices, because they paid enough in the 401k that their the money they draw is substantial.
Yep.
The other thing is I'm worried about the fact that he's 19 and he doesn't have any money saved up, but he's making that kind of money. So I would say you need to look at your debit card statement, and if you're dealing in all cash, you need to stop paying everything in cash and you need to start paying it with preferably not a debit card, but a credit card, because I want you to track your expenses. You don't remember what you've paid for, and there's no way to track where you're spending your money if it's cash coming out of your pocket every time. I love the fact that he's cash-based, but I don't like the fact that he probably doesn't know where his money's being spent, and he's overspending on stupid shit. More than likely, unless he's got a situation to where he's got a baby mama, he's paying child support, he's out, not living with his parents, all that stuff. But a typical 19-year-old is living at mama and daddy's and doesn't have that overhead yet of utilities and rent. And at most, he's got a car payment and then whatever he spends on having fun.
All right. I agree with that because that was a concern of mine. So if he's living at home, he's blowing money.
Yeah.
He bought a car he can't afford. He's going out to eat. He's bringing his girlfriend to too many places. Now, if he's making $1,000, $4,000 a month, he's probably getting about $3,000 a month after taxes. If he's paying rent somewhere for $1,800,
That's
then,
different.
then he doesn't have any money.
That's right.
But no matter what the case is, so I'd cut my costs down depending on what the situation he's in that. But this is what I did when I always wanted to make money. Saturdays, I always worked. When I had a landscaping business, I cut lawns 4 days a week. Monday, doing side jobs for my own business. And Saturday, all Saturday, I had to make $400. This is 30 years ago. I have to stack 100% of that. I don't touch that. If I want other free money, I got to go do more stuff on a Sunday or something like that. So if he was doing handyman, I would tell him, listen, you're going to work Monday through Friday doing your maintenance job. Any night during that Monday through Friday, you can go out, do a handyman job. You stack 50% of it, you spend 50%. Go to the movies, go do whatever you want. On Saturdays, you stack 100% of it.
Yeah.
If he did that for 2 years, he will have a lot of money.
So here's the other, and these are not going to be high paying, but I mean, what about DoorDash? What about Uber? Like all of these is very flexible. You know when you're clocking in, when you're clocking out.
Yeah.
Like you can literally, I had an Uber driver say, I dropped my wife and the kids off when I was out of town. I hopped into Uber, asked him how long he'd been doing it. He said, yeah, I just came on duty. He said, I dropped my kids and wife off at the mall. They're going to be there a couple of hours getting their hair done and doing some shopping. So I decided I'd be seen and do a little Uber, make some side cash. And I was like, dang, that's incredible that you can be that flexible and when you get to just plug into work and out of work. In the comfort of his car, listen to his music, and when he's ready to cut off, he can cut off. Nobody's telling him when to start, when to stop. So Uber and DoorDash, those type things, if you got an automobile, that's a great way. The other thing is for the handyman side of service, where you can make more per hour with just hand tools, I would say go hit up your realtors, because when home inspections happen and they got a punch list on the home inspection, that stuff has to get done so these sellers can close that home and get it sold and can move on to their next home. And so there's an urgency pain point sitting in that situation. So go and look and see who is your top selling realtors, and then find some way to add benefit for them over value so that they will give you the opportunity to help their clients out. So maybe you give the first one for 50% off or even free. Maybe you donate a little time and you only charge for the material so you can get in good graces with that realtor that'll feed you over and over.
I love Property Manager Realtor for that. But just on Realtor, if you pulled the 20 realtors in your town, you wrote them all a handwritten note and put a little gift certificate in there, and it said first $100 off, and you could write in that note, hey, have you ever had a closing coming up in the next 2 days and you got a punch list you can't plumb? Call me.
I love that.
This is your get out of free jail card.
I love that statement. Get out of
I'm gonna save you.
Yeah, that's slick. That's slick. Okay,
They're gonna call you.
I think that's pretty good. Let's see. Another question. I'm a manager of Be Clever company, and I can't seem to get any sales. Marketing is killing me. It's so expensive. Amazon is buying ads at stupid prices. I'm offering wholesale options and shipping. I don't know what to do. I feel like I need some creators on board, but this product is different. I need ideas, guys. I'm struggling. My background is in steel erector, iron worker, but this is different, and even that business is struggling. I just want enough to be able to start a family. Otherwise, I'm really kind of in a hard spot. Please, any advice?
What's his business?
Be Clever company. It's not letting me click on the link. So it looks like they're selling apparel, possibly. So I think the answer on this is figure out your Dream 100 customer, your Dream 100 list. So who is your perfect customer that you would say, I would pay anything to get this customer in my database, because this customer is going to buy from me over and over again, and or this customer is going to give me new customers that will buy from me. And I would focus all my efforts, because probably what's happening is they're taking a shotgun approach. They're throwing all of their marketing out there. Amazon has way bigger of a marketing budget.
Sure.
So what is your strengths that you can capitalize on? So you're going to have to get hyper focused, very, very, very niche down instead of being broad. And then you're going to have to find alternative ways of getting their attention. So maybe it's not pay-per-click advertising. Maybe it's more of a cold outreach. Now that you know who you're targeting, now you find out their information, contact information, and then you reach out.
Amazon's not going to do that.
No.
Yeah, I don't want to battle against Amazon. So I guess he's paying for what, Facebook ads, and Amazon's
Probably.
driving up the rates or whatever. So I don't know the apparel business, but most any business, if you want to find your dream 100, first look at your customers. I don't care if you only got 10. Who's your favorite 2?
Yep.
What do they look like? What are their characteristics? What are very similar type of clients? Build that database, reach out. That would be a free way. If you're just gonna say, oh, the ads are going, or if you say the only way to get this is through ads, then you got to increase your price, you got to decrease your expenses. But I don't want to compete with
Brand ambassador. They need a brand ambassador as well. That's another way. Give some of your stuff for free for them to use so that they will talk about it. I've even experienced this with my videographer. He sat there and he gets recognition from the content that he posts because he gets exposure to my network. So I was a brand ambassador for him, and now he's got hands full of entrepreneurs, his ideal client, coming in and using him for content because they saw my content and they knew it was good because my network started applauding the content and they were like, I need to step my game up.
Yeah.
Get you a brand ambassador to sit there and promote you without promoting. They don't even have to promote. Sometimes just wearing your stuff, they're like, where'd you get that?
The brand ambassador for clothing, that's what my girlfriend does. Like, she does modeling and stuff. We get packages all the time. People give her free stuff. She wears it. She puts it on her Instagram. She gets a rip when they click on the thing, so it's free stuff. Plus, if she likes it, she wears it around. We have so much clothes, it comes out all the closet. We can't even control it at this point. And it's essentially, what does it cost them to send that? Probably very little.
Yeah,
it could be
cost is small.
$100 thing on when they buy it, but it probably costs them like $27 with shipping to send it over to her. So that's an easy way to do it.
I like that. Let's see if we can find us another one. We'll do a third one and then we'll call it good. All right, that's somebody soliciting funds. I'm looking for some general advice on a type of business to start. I have experience in construction estimating, but none on the project manager side, so I don't really want to go that route. I have general business knowledge from college in running a gym. 10,000 max initial investment, so he's got 10,000 to invest on the high side. Any low barrier ideas? Okay, so a business to start. He's got construction estimating background, but doesn't necessarily want to have a construction business. And he's got up to 10,000, and he used to run a gym when he was in college.
This guy's kind of all over the place.
What business should he start? Okay, so we get this question a lot. I'm going to tell him to put his money goggles on, and I'm going to tell him to drive down the street.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell him to think about what's involved in building and maintaining everything he sees as he drives. Drive might be too fast. Walk or drive down the street, commercial or residential. What did it take to build those? What does it take to maintain what you see? This could be light poles. This could be, I know an electrician, and the street lighting, when it goes into the fall, the stores are still open and he gets an influx of work in changing the light bulbs. It requires a lift and understanding what bulb to be changing out. I don't think you have to have an electrical license to do that, but he's got an electrical business and a commercial electrical business. And so he solicits street light, parking light lighting, changing the bulbs out, because that's on the landlord not the electric company when you got those parking lot lightings. So drive down with your money goggles on. Then think about the people on the inside of those buildings and what they need and what they want. And this opens up a world of opportunity. Now you sit there and you decide which one of these things might relate to me and my skill sets the closest. So he knows how to build estimates on the construction side. Maybe he can find something where he can start a brand new, a faster learning curve skill set. Get on Google, search the business that you think is involved in providing either the building or the maintaining of what he saw, or the supply of the needs and the wants of the people that inhabit the buildings that he's going past. Google, call the business, ask what the price would be, how quick they can quote it, and what the price would be and how quick they can service it. Now you know if there's higher demand than there is supply. Because if they're booking out their quotes and if they're booking out, or they say, oh man, we're backed up, we can't get to you for a couple of months. This right here is opportunity zone in your market. Also, you're getting to hear how they answer the phone. Are they professional? Do they put you on hold? Are they even good at answering the phone and closing the sale and closing the quote? All of this is opportunity. Now you can start, after that, you can do the reverse math on it. Now you need to figure out what is the average ticket, how long it takes somebody to do it, how many of these tickets do I need to sell to get to my revenue goal. You can start that. We're not going to get into the reverse engineering. That's another podcast. That's how I say go about it. If you're all over the place, put your money goggles on.
All of it. Three properties you can walk with your money goggles on. Literally walk them. Walk a nice neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I walk in a nice neighborhood all the time. I see all kinds of opportunity.
Oh man, you make live posts all the time.
All I see is money when I walk around. Walk a commercial property like this, anywhere around here. See what kind of opportunities. Oh, they need parking, like the parking lots done. The striping. How do they change those lights that are 3 stories high? They got metal roofs. You're just seeing all kinds of opportunities. Then go to a condominium association or apartment complex. Walk around that for 45 minutes. Think of all the things it takes to build and maintain those things. Mm-hmm. You will see so many opportunities. Then start going through your process. Same thing you said. If somebody did that for a half a day, went to each of those properties for an hour, they will see lots.
I liked your suggestion in a prior podcast we did where you was talking about sitting there and generating the leads. So if he's coming from the estimating background, he kind of understands the components of building an estimate and how to build an estimate that looks good for delivery, a proposal that's going to be accepted. So maybe he could just be that lead generation. If he calls the company, hey, would you like more leads? And then he reaches out to them. Tell me your pricing model. Here's my background skill. I'm used to building estimates. I would like to generate you some more leads. Would you be interested in that? If so, are you willing to pay a 10% referral fee for them?
Yeah.
And if they say, no, I would never pay that much, then say, how much do you think it's worth? And let them quote a price. And if that price is worth you getting starting on, then start.
He could even take it to a next step since he knows quoting and estimating really well. He could say, are you looking for more leads and more jobs? Are you looking for more book jobs? Of course. I can generate my own leads. I know how to estimate proposal. Of course, I'll go with it, make sure it's in your pricing model, and I will deliver you leads. I do not want to do fulfillment. You're great at that. You do the fulfillment. We'll be partners on it. If I don't get you them, you cost you nothing. If it does, this is how I get paid.
Here's another thought. I'm just thinking. So inside of my restoration company, my estimator that used to work with me, he's now off doing freelance stuff. But while he was working with me, we were going to do this idea. And he said, hey, here's the pain point. People are losing money. They don't know how to bill the insurance on insurance claims. So we do it well. We know how to negotiate. We know how to back up and justify our line items. We also know the line items that are getting missed. Why don't I do a free audit on people's estimates? If I can save them money, then we will charge based off of how much money I can save them on future estimates. I'll show them one line item to prove that I can do it. And then the next estimate that comes in, we'll correct it. We'll submit it back based off of a predetermined price. if you've got a skill set like that, you just become a consultant. As long as you can show more revenue coming in and more profit coming in than what it's costing them, you've got a job.
Absolutely.